What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm that guy. I appreciate y'all as always. Today we are going to be breaking down the differences. The 2023 CRF250F, which is now a 275F with the big bore kit from ForceCam, and the KX250X. We're going to compare and contrast these for, of course, our CRF lovers that have been following this channel, as well as a few other channels across the board. So we're going to give you guys, should I buy that race bike, or is that 250 going to be enough for me if I throw a little bit of money into it? So without further ado, let's roll it. All right, guys, so of course, everybody gets the infamous question on why dump money into the CRF 250F when you can just go buy a race bike? Well, we did it. So obviously, as many of you guys may know, yes, I have done a lot of stuff to the CRF 250F. I've also gotten a lot of hate for it. People asking, hey, why don't you just go buy a race bike, this and that. So in order to just shut everybody up, we did that. Because obviously me saying that I've owned race bikes, I raced motocross, I've done XC before, wasn't enough. So we went out, we bought another one. We bought a 2024 KX250X. So we're gonna give you guys the breakdown. We have a lot of work into this 250F right here. Everything from a big bore kit all the way to the exhaust, to a little bit of suspension work, some of the controls, things like that. So let's break down what these differences are and which one may suit you, because the differences, they might surprise you. So before we get into this, yes, you will notice the 250F does not have the front tire on it from where I bent the rim at the last GNCC race that I did. I just built the brand new rim and am currently getting ready to put the new tire on it. So that is why the front tire and wheel are off of the 250F. So let's talk about our team green here for a second, all right? 2024 KX250X. We'll get into some noticeable power differences here. Yes, the 250X is sitting at about almost 40 horsepower. I get it. 250F, aka now the 275 race, is sitting at about 31. So noticeable power difference, okay? Torque, they're actually pretty comparable in torque now. But as far as your power goes, this bike here has a lot more instant throttle. From the moment that you just barely give it a rev, flick it, it wants to absolutely eat, okay? It's a race bike. The 250F with the race camshaft, all right, its happy spot is in between that mid to high range RPM level. And as soon as you crack it, it goes. So that is the only real big power difference wise, is that this has instant power all the time. All the time while you're riding it, this has power, instant, okay? 250F, you need to be in that mid to high range RPM with the race camshaft. Let me clarify that. That is with the race camshaft. One of the other big differences, all right, as far as the power wise, is also the engine braking, okay? If you're a big fan of an engine brake, this one wins, all right? This one has a way stronger engine brake. Yes, the 250X has an engine brake. It is a 4-stroke. What I will say is, though, is that if you are not more advanced and technical in your riding skills and abilities, whether it be single track or going downhill, anything like that, you will flame the bike out, okay? It's just that cut and clean. They are both tractors. I will say the 250X, yes, if you are a more technical skilled rider, you can absolutely, you know how to work the system. You can get through with single track all day long, downhills, uphills, all that stuff. You know how to control it. You know how to manipulate and work the clutch. As far as to your benefit, you know how to, load the clutch, whatnot, to get you out of these situations, okay? With this one, this is more of a, yes, beginner and intermediate style riding, but with a bore kit, you can really get that power that you need. It is still there for you. Now, this will darn near still crawl to almost a stop without stalling out. 250X, no, it will not. Yes, it will crawl, it will lug, you hit the throttle, boom, it gets up and goes. But this one right here, you don't really have to worry about much on flameouts. You really just don't. It is just a great all-around bike. So when people are saying, why dump money into a 250F is because it's whatever suits your riding style more, okay? You may not be looking to race, or you may not want all of the power that the race bikes have to offer. These things are more of a you are riding a bull than the 250F. The 250F is more manageable power all throughout. It's everybody's happy medium. And again, this one's power is very instant. It gets up, it goes. So let's get into another difference. So without beating a dead horse on as far as your power differences and which one you may like, let's go ahead and move on to another difference aside from the power. Everybody knows what the CRFs are mostly known for having absolute crap of. Yes, the suspension. All right, your number two difference right there that everybody always asks. Sure, yeah, I've put a little bit of money as far as into the suspension work on the 250F. It is comfortable for me, but it is not the Kawasaki 250X's suspension, okay? Let's just go ahead and throw that out there. Yes, it depends on what you're wanting to accomplish, okay? So if you're just wanting a little bit smoother ride, you're wanting something that rides maybe a little bit more like a Cadillac, but you're not planning on hitting any big jumps, you know, you're not racing motocross with it. Yeah, you can get heavier duty fork springs, change your fork oil, things like that. I've gotten into plenty of that stuff in the other videos. However, suspension, other biggest difference. Now let's get into the very last difference that is absolutely a big notice: the weight. The weight of the 250X is just so significantly different. You're looking at 265 pounds for the 250F, all right? For the 250X, you're only looking at what, about 235, in the 230 range. So yeah, there's a massive difference in weight, and you can absolutely tell a 30-pound plus weight difference. With my heavier duty springs and stuff, I did no favors there either. So yes, there is a massive difference in the weight, and you can feel it on the trails. So all in all, guys, there you really have it. Those are really the only big three differences that I had noticed, was as far as, yes, your power, the 250 with the bore kit, up to a 275 with the race camshaft has plenty of power that you would need for wanting a little bit more. It comes down to your riding style. What are you trying to accomplish, okay? Don't let somebody else tell you that you could have went out there and bought a race bike that's liquid cooled versus an absolutely amazing, you know, iconic bike from Honda's XR scene, you know, from a while back that they just, you know, fuel injected electric start. It's absolutely an amazing bike. So reliability wise though, I guarantee you that Honda, aside from the bore kit and all that I've done, and of course the things that I've broken, but it's been oil changes, oil filter, air filter, you know, clean your bearings and stuff, you know, whether it be your swing arm or your linkage, you know, anything like that, the normal maintenance stuff, okay? That one's gonna have it too, but I promise you this one's gonna be a lot more expensive. So also take that into consideration. Are you just wanting a little bit more power, or what are you riding? What's your style gonna be like? If you love Honda's platform, go with it. Me, I love both Honda and Kawasaki, okay? I've raced Kawasaki's years ago on their 450s, and then of course I've also owned many Hondas. Again, guys, don't let anybody tell you what you should or shouldn't do, or that you should have done this or should have done that, all right? Yeah, I get it. This one's a little bit lighter. I'll tell you, that one right there, you don't need to hold on like you're riding a bull. It does have instant power, but it is all manageable power. This one, yeah, it's manageable as well if you're a way more experienced rider or racer. So there's your power differences, okay, and whatever you guys may be seeking. You've got your suspension and you've got your weight differences, okay? I love absolutely both bikes. Been around them for a good long time, for years. Super pumped to have this 250X as well for the race season. Now the 275 is not done with racing either, all right guys? So, and if anybody wants to say anything as far as racing, they obviously haven't watched the channel enough. And yes, we do race the 275. We have raced the 275. I do urge people as well, if you are wanting to get into racing, or even just try one just to have fun, the 250F, you absolutely can do it. It is your money, it is your bike. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do with it. Don't let anybody tell you what you should have done. I hope this helped clear up any questions that people may have about the 250F versus a 250 race bike, okay? Now, don't let the X fool you as far as the 250X. I've been on the 250 RXs, so yes, I do know the difference between the 250X and the 250 RX. That's not what we're here for. I'm not getting into that. I appreciate you guys as always. Please stay tuned. We have tons of footage coming at you guys. We have got races coming up. We have got rides coming up. We are traveling. So stick with us, guys. We've got a ride actually coming up in 2 weeks. that we will be going to a track. We will actually be doing a little bit of motocross. It's been years since I've stepped onto a motocross track, but we're also going to hit their woods track too. So anyway, we've got that coming up here in 2 weeks. And then we also have another race on Father's Day with the Warn series. So do stay tuned, guys. But as always, thank you. Please be a friend, tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe. We'll catch you guys here on the next go around. We'll see you.